Hello everybody, welcome back to Path of Nostalgia, and in this video we're looking at Chorlton and the Wheelies, a 70s classic. First point, it's one of the first original ideas from Cosgrove Hall, by Cosgrove and some guy called Harris, I think his last name is, and they basically came up with the idea, obviously at the time. So Brian Cosgrove actually and some other people actually worked on television before, prior to making their company. They were working on animation ideas. However, some of the television broadcasters and companies very much weren't too pleased or wanted to go into a different direction. They sort of had their own ideas of some interesting ideas, and they formed their own company, which is Cosgrove Hall. And they're on Brian Cosgrove and and a host of other people who came and went actually created a few interesting television shows. And the first one, of course, is Chorlton and the Wheelies, which came out in 1976, 3 seasons, and ended in 1979. So, in about 4-year televised life. Yep. And so, let's first and foremost, what is Chorlton and the Wheelies about? So, first and foremost, it's set in a place called Wheelie World, which is inhabited by, I would say, well, they're called the Wheelies. In actual fact, they look like multicolored potatoes on wheels, and have personalities. And they have this guardian, or I would say it's like a police officer or like a guardian or something, which is a dragon called Chorlton, who is more like a dog, like some weird cartoonish dog. And they say, oh, it's a dragon, but he's got like more like a dog's face, he does. And he speaks in a Brummy accent. How interesting. And he basically he's like happy, but he's also sort of a hero as well. He's also just a guardian for these potatoes on wheels, very much. And obviously, the reason why he's protected in the city is because of an evil witch named Vanilla, who lives in a black kettle. Okay, all right, okay. So you got you have a small witch who's named Vanilla, who wears a fez, and she lives in a black kettle in sort of a marsh willow area, obviously in a small town which is full of potato people with wheels. And you have like a dog who thinks he's a dragon, or a dog and a dragon mixed together, and he's protecting these people from being terrorized, I think, in this weird paper town. This weird sort of like paper town full of ramps and stuff, and some weird houses, and it makes you confused, and it makes you think, well, it's actually 70s programming, so it can be weird. So indeed, it's hard to get your head around this. So anyway, yeah. So it basically follows the adventures of Chorlton, who defends the town from Vanilla, her own purposes, or either kidnapping locals or just trying to terrorise them very much with her own evil creations. She's accompanied by a few other accomplices. One's a book, I can't remember the name, however he speaks in a German accent. And then you've got this telescope which moves like a snake and speaks in a Scottish accent. And obviously Vanilla is Welsh. However, the narrator makes her sound like a crazy Asian woman, I probably think, but to me, it sounds like a loud pitched Asian woman very much, but it's actually meant to be Welsh. However, you can probably hear the Welsh now and again, but I think it just sounds quite Asian. Another thing also to mention about Vanilla, the character of Vanilla, is she has very, very, I would say, she moves the head like she's possessed, if you realise she's possessed. I mean, that's one of the creepiest things on this show, on that particular show. When I first watched it, I thought that she's quite creepy, that is. I mean, she moves around like she's been possessed by the devil or something, and she has weird spikes and stuff, like some sea ocean, like I don't know what they're called, like some squid spikes or something that go around. You have mushroom, like toadstools, toadstool minions. I mean, it's pretty mad. However, for 76, I mean, it's probably good in children's entertainment. Chorlton himself is quite good. He's gullible, he's lovable. He's a bit clueless sometimes, but he is like a good heart. He's like an idiot at heart, but he is. I mean, they sort of see him as a protector. You know, he's a dragon, so I think a dragon facing against a witch seems pretty alright. Or pretty good, or interesting, or powerful, who knows. And to be honest, it's sort of like, I could probably say it's more like, I don't know, two annoying friends very much. I mean, there's nothing to do as like Fidella's trying to kill anybody in the show, but it is sort of, well, I don't know, it's like annoyance very much. Like she's just trying to annoy the townsfolk, or trying to annoy Chorlton, or the king, or other people, all the rest, if you know what I mean. And there's some funny conflict moments as well. But it seems to, it's got like strong light-heartedness to it, which is pretty alright for the show. It means okay. However, think about it now. I mean, it's like a play-on thing. It is like a play-on of conflict. Probably, yeah. So, how did I come across Chorlton the Wheelies? Now this is before the 2012 stuff that I was planning to do. I first saw it on on Channel 4, and they did a countdown for the 100 greatest kids shows ever, and Chorlton the Wheelies appeared on it along with some other ones, obviously. And I looked at it, and I thought, that is an interesting show. I mean, the character of Chorlton looks interesting. You have Fenella, has this sort of like cartoonish witch look. However, her movements are extremely kind of like, it's like, probably like just freak a child out very much, and it seemed interesting. I probably thought it was like interesting, like a naughty series, it was like a naughty show, and it wasn't until I saw like into it when I was in 2012 and 4 different ideas. And when I watched it, I thought, well, okay, the sets are a bit off and all white and stuff, you know, they're made of paper and stuff. You mean it's like low budget it is. However, the models themselves are fantastic. I mean, so the wheelies themselves are a little bit jerky now and again. If you like if it's like simple animation what you can do these days. I mean, you can make it, you know, like make one frame and like, not like a, if you know what I mean. It's like you do it's like different frames of animation, like, you know, like it's like a jumping on thing, like, you know, like that. And then you've got like simple plain animation, like fluid animation. That's how I think that's how the thing indicates, probably. If I'm doing this wrong or anything, you know, maybe you would dislike or comment if you know if I'm explaining it wrong or not, or being inconsistent. Yes. So, Chorlton the Wheelies. Probably recommended. It is recommended because it's a classic children's British 70s show that people grew up with. You know, people remember this, you know, oh, I used to remember all that. You know, Great Times, Fenella, Chorlton, and the Wheelies and all that weird stuff, and you know, and that theme tune as well. It's narrated by a guy called Joe Lynch. He did a good job actually on this, and he sort of gets the characters right on this one, and the good use of accents as well, which is interesting. You know, and they sort of use it okay in other shows. Here, they do fantastically. Yep. And that's it. That is Chorlton the Wheelies. And thank you for watching, and I will see you for the next video, which will probably be another Path of Nostalgia video. As always. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.